Grand Rising, beautiful, melanated, original, whatever you respectfully call yourself, people. It's your girl, Tina Berry. And I know you've seen the title, and I'm revamping a lot of stuff around here. But I want to ask you, why? Grand Rising, everybody. Why? Why are we so violent towards each other, but we will pray for others? Hmm? Do you ever think about that? Why are we so violent to each other, but we'll pray for others? Oh, but Grand Rising, beautiful people. I'm gonna try to get this chat. I'm on my phone on this one. Hey, Kathy B, can you hear me? Making sure my earpiece works. I've seen a lot of black people putting in the chat about, just on social media, talking about praying for Israel and the children. Thank you, Queen. Praying for Israel and everybody else. And I just always remember there's a past history of every time something goes on in the world, mainstream media make sure that they use their platforms, who they exclusively together puts out the same propaganda, but yet they put out everyone's oppression to us. And we are supposed to, Grand Rising, Queen Angie. I just decided to go live. It was a beautiful Saturday, and I kind of got finished a little bit early because I actually, out here working in these streets. But they use their platforms and they display everyone's problems for us to cry about. They want us to cry about everyone else's problem. And the thing about it is, like, this thing with Israel just did it for me. Because somehow we've been programmed to love Jesus and believe Jesus was from Israel. And I guess Nazareth is supposed to be in Israel. And we are supposed to love on and care and cry for these people because somehow they on a piece of land that Jesus is supposed to have been on. And it gives us a sense of everybody else is better than us when we need to cry for everybody else because we've been cursed. That is like, tell me how you can do something without realizing that you're doing something. We're doing things that we don't realize that we do. We leave our own emotions out. We are taught to not feel sorry for ourselves. We are taught to not believe that we are at war. Just as many of those little Israeli children or Palestinian children are laying there, that's how many of our people were laying there when the land was originally us, but we cannot talk about it because the people constantly keep erasing our history, and then we keep getting caught up with having to live each day, and then we turn around and we are being destroyed. We are at war. What do you think that we have all these black groups for? We're the only type of people that have all these groups because the police are killing us. Everybody else is destroying us. We're the only group of people that have all these. We're the only race of people that have all these groups that's trying to fix something. But what all these groups really is minor groups that are like troops trying to fight back at a war that has been waged on black people in America. And we are always it's the way that we are taught to perceive things. The way that we are taught to perceive what is going on in the world. We are taught to perceive our struggles over here as everyday common problems that happen in America. When America has been at war with us since America took over the land that belonged to the people who look like us and renamed it. And we constantly see them destroy history. And they have gotten away with writing laws, and we're programmed that if it's in a book and it's written down, we need to believe it and we need to follow it. It was a law that okayed how many times they kill us. It's a law, the casual killing law, the slavery law. We gotta stop putting so much hope in man and their laws and fight back. Grand Rising. We are taught to perceive that what is happening to us is not a war, but what is happening to us is just an everyday problem in America. And we can fight this war back only with peace and friendliness and nonprofit groups. And if anybody comes out in the group that wants to fight back and understands it's a war, then you are a threat to America. You are a terrorist. And you are a BIE, Black Identity Extremist. But yet you can see all these KKK, white supremacist group, and everybody else. So they're displaying the fight back. That you can see everybody else fight back. When they're fighting back in their country, Hamas, which is the Palestinian people, are saying that's their land that Israel took over. America, with all the money that they're making, is backing. They pick what side. They pick Israel that they help name, because it has resources there that they want, and they're backing Israel because it goes along with the story that they have of the Bible. But that doesn't mean that those are the people. It's like we are so programmed to not think what's really going on. And so America is picking the side of Israel, but you see these people dying. They're wearing the rap state. Where are they getting these guns from? Where are they getting money? They always telling you that they're poor over there. Africa, Egypt is just a little bit over. Ethiopia is just a little bit over. You know how kind of like if we go from New York to California. And then when you see Ethiopia, these people are hungry and they're starving, and they're dark like us. And somehow we never cry for ours. We're supposed to cry for them and ignore the war that's going over here with us. See, their groups are fighting each other because the other groups over there, the U.S. is arming them. They're giving them, they're being an ally. So what happens to us over here is that we have groups or troops, but we are told to call it nonprofits. We try to find ways to fight this war without shedding blood. We are not taught to recognize that there's a war on us. When every time we look up, we see not just a police officer, but a white police officer taking the life of somebody black, whether it's a child, man, woman. And we normalize this war, and we know that what is happening is that you got the government, which is nothing but a bunch of paperwork, and people have to run or write that paperwork. Then you have laws. They're okay, and you got the people who don't look like us, who's been at war with us since the slavery, because they have been always mad with us that they could not enslave us anymore. That is where the angriness come in with the black and the white. They have been angry. When they freed us from slavery, they wrote it down in the law, but it wasn't until 100 years later when they were forced to have to go, to have to let us go, so to speak. So they did it despitefully. They did it despitefully, let us go, where we didn't have any resources and stuff. And then they waged a war where they got in their power in the seats of the government to write laws that will still give them the power of the slave masters that they always continue to want to be. Give them the power to work us for pennies on the dollar so that they could be rich. And this is affecting the economy for everybody. But it has been a war against the racists who want to enslave, to use the labor. You could just say that there's a class of people that need to be used as labor, so that a class of people who can continue to be rich. You fill in the colors. There was a class of people. The reason why America got rich, because they got rich off of free labor, meaning everything that they needed done, anything they need done, they got it done by off the backs. Just like your life. Imagine if you had somebody that you could send to work for you, somebody that you can make cook for you, somebody that will clean your house for you, somebody that'll babysit for you, or you will have nothing but free time and run around and do what you want. And then you will turn around and imagine if this is your life. Then you get to turn around and make laws so you can make sure that this lovely life that you have is locked down so that the people that you're getting to do everything for you for free will stay doing that. And so instead of calling it slavery, you have to justify it by minimum wage, and we all get together and agree, yeah, this is what we're going to pay them. We have been at war because the people, yes, there's black and white. Everybody is affected by the laws of the land. But the problem is that there is a particular class of people that has been affected predominantly, and that has been us. We are at war, and yet through this war, we keep killing each other. This is where we're at. And then they play it against us. And they say it all the time. Well, y'all killing each other. And then now all of a sudden, we are always told to wait a minute, don't look at anything you've been through. Erase your history. Don't worry about what we're doing. Be okay with the way that white people want it done. And pray for the people that we want you to pray for. Because we're doing this same stuff. But they showing other people how to do the same thing to other groups of people on land that they have interest in. And so they back those people with weapons. They are ruling this earth by fear mongering and death. And as black people, we are the spiritual people, and we don't see this. And we are being trained to take out our anger on each other. And we see it. That's right, self-hate from the plantation. Let me see some of these comments. Self-hate from the plantation. Who's going overseas does affect the black community because they just mimic how the U.S. treats black citizens. Ask that one man who called us that ass out when running Germany during World War II. Yes, the world sees that it's okay to treat black people the way that we are being treated over here in America. Yet everybody gets everything that they need and want, their style, their dances, their hairstyles, and everything. And we're told to shut up while they strip us of our culture and benefit off our culture. And America's power allows it to be done while getting us to be pushed back and giving our money. It's a slap, it's a spit in the face. That same country, Israel, you can look this up and Google it. America sends billions of dollars over there. I forgot for what. Then they send all this money to Ukraine, but yet they have a problem with the people that look like me and you who have been predominantly passed down generations of poverty because they great-grandparents worked our great-grandparents for free. And then they act confused of who they should be giving reparations to because they claim everybody ain't from Africa. Fuck that. I mean, common sense is that if we've been born here, we've been affected because black people, you didn't have to say, are you black or not, unless you were light skinned. My skin color was my ID card. And then they turn around and slap us in the face and say they don't see color. They got us running every which way, but realizing that we need each other and that we are at war here with white supremacy. We are killing each other. I didn't want to say there's black on black crime, but yes, it is, y'all. They spoke it. Everything they speak about us, we could get mad because we want to be offensive and stuff. We could say they kill each other too. They do. That's their white on white crime. But we have a problem with black on black crime because it's not normal. That's the difference. If they would stop erasing our history, we would see how we had unity, and that is the reason to erase your history so that you don't have nothing to be proud of and you go back. They erase our history, they get rid of our parents. Just like they say over there in Palestine. Those people are 50% children because they have been at war so long. You killing people and they're not growing to be old. They killing off our parents and grandparents while they are raising their children to be the way that their great grandparents were. Their great grandparents are still around. They're still living. Look how old they are. They can get the the transplants. They could get the high class money for health and doctors. We have been at war. We have been stripped of resources that will help us move forward. So we don't have time to cry for everybody else. But why are we so violent with each other? Because we know, just like everybody else knows, it's easy to do anything to Black people. Because we don't have an umbrella of protection. See, you can do so much to the Hispanics, but they all have an umbrella of protection, and they can all go back somewhere. The difference is they made sure they stripped us of our tongues. And I ain't talking about, when I say that I cannot stand Black people who talk white, I'm talking about the way you pronounce your words, the way you take like this. You hear how I'm talking, but when I had to work at corporate, like, hi, oh, that's okay. You know what I'm talking about. So a lot of Black people have learned to strip their Blackness 24/7. And then they get mad. Oh, Black people mad because I pronounce my words. No, it's not how you pronounce your words, honey. It's about how it's coming out of your essence. It's like you're taking the way out of you because white people don't like to hear your Blackness. We are the only people that have been stripped of everything and have laws written where we can't even wear our natural hair. We were taught that our hair was nappy and we had to go through perms. And then now we dealing with the era where all these perms have given us cancers and stuff. Their grandparents have been living to pass down stories, to fight for them having money to build their own communities to get away from us, and then leave us in the public with their poor whites and poor other people of color. We pulled ourselves up by our bootstraps, but remember, their hatred was so big that they went and they destroyed everything we rebuilt. And then because they write the law on a paper that everybody follows, fuck humanity. Forget your conscience. Forget the true God that's in you, that's talking to you. Long as the white man wrote it on his paper, it is okay. That what was done to us is okay. And they burned over 150 Black towns that was prosperous. Nobody Black was living in poverty. After slavery, it might have looked like poverty, but the majority of the Black people was on their own land that they had been buying. We don't know our history because we're taught to look at everybody else's history and cry for every fucking body else but our damn selves. Then we sit here and we'll kill and disregard our own people like we nothing. I had a friend that we know in Dothan, Alabama, Bernard, I think McLeod. They shot and killed. He went in the war. He was in American war. He was a soldier. You know how the wars mess up people's mind? Well, when white people have money, they not only fight the wars, but they got a comfortability to come back to. When our people come back after we being used to go over there and kill those people over there that you taught to pray for, after that, you know what happens? After they use our Black men and stuff, they throw them back in the streets because they don't have money. They don't get no housing. Some of them don't have the mind to go do their paperwork. They ain't got people around them, and then some of them are so messed up you can't help them. The U.S. doesn't care about that. They got their service out of it, and white people that are rich and those elite Blacks and just a small 1% of get to live comfy another couple of 100 years, because that's what they're saying when they're saying our soldiers are going over there to fight for their freedom, because ain't nobody over here Black free. We don't have the freedom to build our own communities. We don't have the freedom to fight the police back when they keep killing us. They're not killing Hispanics at a high number. They're not killing white people at a high number. They're killing Black people at an astronomy, a high number. We are at war, but we're taught to pray for everybody else. Give me 1 second. We are out here in these streets, and we are not given any weapons to do anything but pray. That's the weapon that we're given. But when they have burned down our towns and stuff, they okayed themselves to do it. astronomically. That's right, Kathy. I got tied, tongue tied. And thank you. See, that's what I'm saying. Like we don't want to accept nothing from each other. It's like that pride, that violence. The reason we hate is because we hate what's being done to us. And when we look at each other, we see what's being done to us. When they say I hair nappy, I don't have to look in the mirror. I can look at another woman that looks like me, that has a skin like me, and see her hair. I can go look at a black man. We can see each other. We don't need mirrors. They see us. We're the only ones that stand out. The rest of them, they can call themselves Romanian, Mexican, this and that, but they can blend in with white people if they don't really open up their mouths, except for the ones that turn really, really dark brown, and those are the colored people. We have no way to hide who we are. And so that's how they know who to pick on. Look at the world, and we can't do anything because they wrote it down. But if we would have had our black towns, we would be in a area where we can do what we want to do with our children and children's children. We wouldn't need their CPS service. See, right now we're in a world and we think we need them because throughout these hundreds and 400 years after slavery, we've been letting them build around us and we've been being their pets. We've been trying to beg them for jobs because when they burned our stuff down and we still had our separate places, our leaders, the main one, Martin Luther King, led us into a burning house. That he led us there and left us there because they got rid of him. And when he realized it, before he could tell the troops, retreat, retreat, they got rid of him. And then the one that was going to fight them back, just like they fight us, Malcolm X, they got rid of him. And they did it. And then they continue to erase our history and then slap it and turn their behinds to us and tell us to celebrate their fucking history. Is it not amazing? And then we look at each other and we're mad with each other. And we look at each other because we've been subconsciously programmed to devalue what we see. See, when we look at each other, it's a reflection in the mirror. And it's not the reflection that they have been told that is pretty and beautiful and everything that the world needs. That reflection, even though everything the world needs is coming off of the backs of me and you. But yet, when we look at each other, we see what they didn't, what they told the world to not like. And so we devalue. So it's okay for our kids. Our kids can shoot each other. Or they make money off of slavery and then tell us that we all can be racist. Well, show me the movies where black people held white people captive or killed a bunch of white people. Give me those movies because white people are still making money off of slavery. You can turn and you can look at they famous movies. They always Amistad. They always making movies about slavery and they're still making money. And then they have an excuse to tell you they don't have no money for reparations, but they got 100 billion for the people who look like them, the Ukrainians, which are nothing but names because they're white people. They give you the Israelis. Those are the what they call the sand people who helped enslave us. Over there, you can see the videos right now with them calling black people the N-word, but they sending them hundreds of millions of dollars. Somehow the Jews have been getting reparations from America, and their people did not build America, nor were they enslaved because Jews is a religion. We were the ones enslaved, and we not getting a fucking dime off of reparations, but we watching as we struggle through here, working 2 and 3 jobs, trying to keep up and put smiles on our face and fucking designer labels on our backs and eating it just like everybody else to prove we're not suffering. We have been put in a place to prove to everybody else it's okay. Bleeding. It's kind of like a child who's scared to tell that person that this person in their house or that man that everybody trusted is molesting them. Or you can't say that on this platform because the people who do these things to our children and do these things to a world are wanting to program the world now because it was successful with us. They got black people. You voluntarily. Every time I look at the movie and look at Tubi and stuff, I could like, okay, I can understand. But we make movies about ourselves being thugs. We always shooting each other in movies. We always killing each other. Do you not see that? And then when you look at positive movies, anything that first pop up on no matter what you got is white movies. They feel that it's the images they painted. And we are so violent towards each other because we have seen the world be violent towards us, and we should be boycotting any movie that portrays us as thugs. Every time you turn around, they doing documentaries on the rappers and who got killed or whatever, if it's violent or whatever. But yet they don't never do documentaries on all the mysterious how this should be our land, or if we Indians and stuff like that. They never make money off of that, but they still making money even in our great grandparents' death. Because I know y'all know that slavery didn't happen so long ago. Wake up. America has only been standing for 400 years and it's collapsing because it came from Rome. Understand that we need to know history. They tell us to stay out of politics, but then they turn around when it's time to come to the places where they made sure that we are programmed. The church, they come there to make sure they get your vote. That's when they only want you to look like you're important. When we are sitting here dying in America, they're going in a recession and they keep raising the prices of everything. The reason why we have the word Karens is because it's known that if you're in a place that's supposed to be wealthy, that has money, that has riches, they call it the police all the time because it is an unspoken program thing in the back of everybody's mind. Black people are supposed to be poor. What the fuck are you doing here? That's what it's being. That's what we're saying when there's a Karen, when they're calling the police on us. What is it? Why don't we say what is not being said? Because we got these platforms. We got all this stuff that's going on. The more that now that we can talk up, they're going back and doing what they're doing best. And all these non-racist white people, they sit back and they benefit and they let it happen. And then they will argue with you that it doesn't benefit them. They will sit back and write rules on all these platforms, YouTube, the Facebook. They all get together so that you cannot tell the truth, because at the bottom, at the end of that rainbow of the truth is our riches. God did not intend us to, if you want to believe in God, because I believe in God, I just don't believe in the God that they wrote down. Just like I don't believe in the laws that they wrote for them to okay with killing us and letting the police get away and all this stuff that they're getting away with. The way that they do business, the way that they can steal each other property. Yes, this affects white people, but it affects black people predominantly because we have not gotten a break. It's a spit and a slap in our face to watch them kick out all this money we already worked for free. Our fucking my mom could tell you stories about her being in the cotton field as a child. So that means she knew her mother, which was my grandmother. So she knew her mother, her grandmother, and her great grandmother. Y'all, it wasn't that long ago. But yet we gotta keep celebrating every fucking thing about them. And keep forgetting who we are. And then we forget that the reason why we fucked up in the head and we killing each other and devaluing each other is because of what happened to us in the past. But yet we don't have the time to even do anything because we're catching up with them, trying to work like them, run businesses like them, drive cars like them, buy the expensive stuff that they buy. We are trying to live a white life and we're not living a life that we're supposed to live. We are community people. They got us living in buildings and houses with people who are not our blood. That's not how the world was. Everybody in their tribes had their different kingdoms. And then they all got together and you would come. If you look at every archaeology dig that they come, it's always an open courthouse. You never seen doors. You never saw doors. Our people didn't build to close each other out. We're supposed to be where this is why we got a world of oppression and that's why a lot of us black people are depressed. They got us saying we got ADHD and depression because we passing down stress through the DNA. We don't even understand what DNA is. They got us believing. When I say celebrate, I'm talking about because the holidays that we have, y'all, those was our holidays. They always steal stuff. They did not see. We give them too much credit. All they did was come and sit on top of everything we had and change the names and change what it stood for, and then took the ideas and changed them. We made pyramids. They make little houses with the little pyramid looking roof, but the pyramid was meant for something else. You get what I'm saying? Yes, our son. God did not want us to be this way. You are a spirit. And it's a blessing if you look at, I want y'all to look at space stuff and look at James Webb Space um pictures, the James Webb Space Telescope. Look at the Hubble. You can see what's beyond the blue sky because it ain't Jesus, it's not heaven. I'm sorry, it is a type of heaven, but we don't know how we go is going to be energy going. We don't know how to put our dreams and everything together the way we supposed to be. Almost every archaeology dig shows a courtyard where people came together. People ate and worked. You can see the pictures. Look at the pictures on the wall, not for what they telling you it says. Look at the scriptures on the wall, the pictures that the so-called Egyptians and the the Mexicans and everybody left. Because it wasn't just over there in Egypt. In Africa, it was all over the world that there were pyramids, but we don't get to travel the world anymore because now we're stuck in a game called Monopoly in America and capitalism. Now, instead of us coming down to this earth to make medicines and learn how to heal the body and learn how to love and be an experience something that you can only experience in flesh because you're going back to the energy, the spirit one day, and you're not going to be encapsulated in this flesh. We have now been using our flesh to fill the bellies of those who are not supposed to even be on this planet. If there ever was a story about the devil and their imps and God and his angels, that is us on real life earth. Y'all are waiting for something spiritually to happen. And that's not what's going on. There's never been a time where black people have killed each other like this. Even during wars that we had, it was a respectful way that they did things. We were the first. You see them doing the lancing and always showing them how they fight with swords with all dignity. We were the beginning of everything. We probably had wars, but we didn't have weapons of mass destruction. These people keep holding up the people of God while they're just while they on this side of earth making nuclear weapons. They on this side of earth making nuclear weapons, all because they want to take over the power that they took from the people of God, the sons and daughters of God. And so they got to control the earth, no, not with spirituality, but with fear and warmongering. If you send a nuclear bomb over here, eventually your children and children are going to die because this is one earth, one land. You can't kill one part of the earth without affecting the other. We don't look at each other in value. We have been taught to look at each other in jealousy, competition, no worthiness. We don't care. We see black kids' bodies laying down all the time. We the only one that the t-shirt business makes money off of putting pictures of people on the t-shirt. I never see nobody but us, besides the Hispanics, but we started the mess. We have no reason to be killing each other over the minor things that happen. If a black man and two black men get in a fight, it used to be competition. Black men used to wrestle and play and fight. That's what's in y'all. But now if y'all don't even fight, y'all just shoot each other. And then we say we ain't got black on black crime. Well, they spoke it into existence and it's there. We look at movies, look at everything that's put before us. Let's look at everybody's table. You go to the Chinese table. We all at the table. Let's go to the Chinese, the Asian table. They're on their table, they got technology, they're smart. Even though they ain't got as much money and they got all the products, they're making it. They got the hair salons, they got this, they got a lot. Let's go to the Arabic table. Let's go to the Middle Easterns. They got the biggest oil. They got because even when they over there in Africa and the Middle East, the black people are being suffered. They're being worse. They're not even getting water and shit. They got their land though. They not getting evicted. They just not getting no resources. So we all suffering who look like this. Let's go to the Arabic, the Middle. They got the oils. They got the guns. They got protection. They all got that. They got protection. They got their guns. They got somewhere to go. They got the gas stations and stuff here. Let's go to the Indian table. They got the gas stations, the hotels and stuff. Let's go to the Mexican table, the other people of color who suffer like us. They go there, they got their whole area. They got their own, they joining the police force now. They got their malls, they got their food trucks, they got their own places. They are praised in the job industry because they are praised to be the ones that work hard, even though we built this foundation. Our parents built this foundation, and we got to work harder than anybody to keep up with the same rent that everybody pay. We got to work all these people corporations, but yet they get the reputation that they work hard. Everybody want to hire the Mexicans. They get all the essential job things, like, because there's a lot of money in cleaning. Cleaning is $1 billion business. You can see I'm a cleaner. There's $1 billion business, but it's hard for me to get in because I got the reputation as a black woman that we don't work hard, even though we had to breastfeed white babies and do all that. But yet Mexicans and the Hispanic community, they get the representation. It's okay if they get loud colored cars with big rims and making noise and stuff. They get the respect. They work hard. They hard workers. That's because they haven't been held back. They work together. They still got a whole country that they can go to and blend in together in other countries. Go to the white people table. They got a connection of everybody's table. Their table is built off of everybody. They got a piece of the Arabs, a piece of the Chinese. They got a piece of the Indian, the piece of the Japanese and stuff. Now let's get the fuck over here. So excuse me for cursing, because I said I'm gonna stop trying to curse so much in my life, because I'm trying to revamp my whole brand. You get over here to the black table. We got holes built in our table. We got ladders where they climbing up, snatching stuff off our table. We have the hairstyles. Oh, look over there, it's on the Chinese table and the white girl table and stuff. Even though on the white people table, they got a whole bunch of laws and stuff. And those laws say that we can't wear our braids in their establishment. So they get to wear our braids as entertainment, even though this is how we maintain our hair. But they get to wear our hairstyles and our clothes and stuff when they're on vacation for entertainment. But when we come to work in their facilities, our children got to cut their hair on the spot playing sports. We got to change the way our hair looks. We got to wear wigs. We got to look more white. Do you get what I'm saying? Oh, in the black person table, we got a lot of hard work. We got a glass of sweat and tears. We got a whole bunch of promises from that country and this senator and that president. We got a whole we got a box of dusty fucking files. You see what I'm saying? We got a box of dusty files and stuff. Oh, right here at our black table, look under the table. We got a whole bunch of children that's fighting and killing each other. We got a whole bunch of tombstones and T-shirts with people names on it, and a whole bunch of parties. We got a whole bunch of designer labels and stuff that we get. And do you get what I'm saying? We got guns. We got wars going on at our table. We killing each other. We ain't even got nobody to man our table. We walking around, the person standing up trying to speak up for you got a whole bunch of knives in their back. Then when we telling each other, don't give this person money, follow people who are thinking about you and your children so we can build together. Nah, y'all gonna give y'all money to somebody because they're popular, because you're programmed to follow popular people, not people who show you actions, not people who come to you logically, because you have not been taught to think logically. You have not been taught to think like a community anymore. You have not been taught to think like a tribe anymore. We are living because when tribes connect together, you have a connection. When you go to a white restaurant, you can spend all that money. Do you not feel uncomfortable because that's their tribe? But when we get around each other and with black people, we used to feel happy. Now, when you get around a bunch of black people, you don't know if there's somebody black who don't care. And now you have a sense of danger. That did not used to be us. Something is broken in us. The cares of white supremacy, us constantly, generation after generation, praying for others, pushing our energy for others, denying what's going on with our children, burying our children, burying our husbands, burying our cousins, watching people go to prison. I was talking to my brother, and I said, it is not fucking normal to know more than 10 people who've been shot and killed. That's not normal. To know so many people that been in jail. We sit around in the hood and we reminisce on the fun times we had, and all these people are either dead at a young age because we not old with them, or they sitting in prison. This is not fucking normal. This is not what God wants us to be. But we keep playing this game because we won't stop. We won't stop trying to buy the designer labels. It's okay to have fun. It's okay to celebrate, but you ain't have to spend everything you got. You got to put something away, like the squirrels show you all the time, the birds, the bees. The nature shows you that when there's a time and place to do everything, but we've been taught not to pay attention to nature, but pay attention to the God that they wrote, they gave us that God on paper. God did not tell them to write all this stuff on paper. God is not paper and words on paper. God is not in that Bible that they tainted. They stole things from God and put it in that book. That's why it's so damn, so it goes to your heart, because it seems right, but then it don't. You have been taught that if you don't do things that everybody else do, then you're an outcast, but that's not what God intended. This world around us, look around you. I could show you around me. Look at every designer label. See if it's owned by a black person. Then they made it okay to keep building prisons to put our people in it. We all know it's predominantly black people. Now we blaming each other for the crimes that's created, but yet we won't blame the government because it's a study. It's known that they have made it where they created poverty, and poverty creates crime. Why are we not being taught this? Why are we not being able? Would you want to get on a plot of land and just move off and teach our children and grow our foods and stuff? We got to get started with that, but we don't want to give up the white luxuries because it's too easy to go out to eat. Y'all want to put on y'all shoes and clothes. You want to get your nails and hair done every weekend. We could do that if we had a space, and you do nails, you do my nails. Remember how it used to be? Well, you do my nails and I do your hair and you do mine. Remember we had a barter system because they wouldn't let us in their shit? What happened to that? We have been forgetting, and it's been purposely done. We could be hurting and crying, but we're going to pick up that phone and look at TikTok. We have been taught to entertain and be entertained and not take anything serious. It's time to take us serious. When you read the description about the land, I am so serious about us having our spot. Our spot in Akibalon is going to be many spots, but the land we got right now is in the mountains. It's a place to be far away, but it's going to be set up for us. We raising money. This is going to be maybe a 10-year plan. It's going to take $7 million to build a resort, but it's for us. If the way we got it planned, that if we did it right and we all came together, the money would bounce around between us, and we would help. We would be buying and living and with each other. Not, you don't live there permanently. It would be a space, because right now everything is bought up unless we can buy a whole town. But right now we got acres of land, and we're trying to build a place where we all that think alike and want to separate will have a piece or a break to come back and forth to. And then we'll have black businesses there where you will know this is a black business, not a black business that's selling a white label. But we want to have something pure so that we can have a tribe of people, so that we can get something back. And then when we build that, we duplicate it. Something that we do. We've been giving our money to different stuff. I've been hearing about the JT, not the J, with the J Morrison Fund and the Tariq and all these people that have been stealing money. Now, what you got to do is look at, when you giving your money to black people, are they trying to buy the things that white people are buying? Because some stuff, it insults me. Because if even the rich black people, it's okay to be rich and do your stuff, but make sure it's kind of like we have a duty to each other. It's an unspoken duty. I'm sorry, that's where it's at right now. We have an unspoken duty to each other because the world is against us. That's how every other race does. That's why white people are continuing to be the way that they are, even though there's so many non-racist white people. But the whole plan is just like you got a plaza at a mall. Think about a mall. A mall is a plot of land, then you got the structure, and then you got everybody got their place where they selling something, or they got their place to be, and then everybody got a place where they congregate together, the commissary and stuff, and you got the halls where you walk. That's just nothing but a small community. So imagine if we had a community where doctors come in and out, and we could have health clinics, camping, different things that's for us. That's truly for us, not none of this BS where these people are taking your money, and we want people who got skills. It's not all about money. If y'all know y'all got skills, because a lot of y'all have signed up. Now we need people to help us do these plans, because I'm not out here trying to act like I'm better than you or trying to be a leader. I'm out here because I want to have a place in the next 2 years where me and my grandkids can come and sit for a minute and I don't have to worry about somebody calling the police on me because I ran into a Karen or a Billy. But I want to have some culture. I want to feel some place where I know these are my people coming. We're going to be good. And not just my people who are around acting stupid with they always having these stupid, but people who are here for us, black people for black people. That's what I've been using. Hashtag B for B. If somebody put that in the chat, because I'm not saying B1. B1 has been tainted by so many black people who have been a disappointment. And black people are raising money, and you raising money, and you going out here buying a Mercedes, and you buying houses, and you all no, that's not no. It's time out from us being flim flammed, as Martin Luther King, as Malcolm X said, bamboozled, hoodwinked from even each other. Because some of us now it's to the point where we can't even trust other black people. But us that recognize that there is a problem and we need a resort, we need a place, we need a change, and we need a spot, because we keep talking about separating. And I've heard it, and I've seen people in the chat saying y'all been following me, and y'all know I've been saying it a long time. And I know I'm not rich. I clean. Me, Kathy, and a few of us, we got land, and me and Kathy, we bought personal land, but we to the point where it's paid off to except for a few. We got a few more, but we got 10 acres of our own that we're putting up so that we can have a small black resort that we can build, and it's going to be a safe place for us, and it's completely black activities. It's a place to revamp and to restart retraining. And the vision is to have black people come in and out and stuff as a spot where it's us, and we gonna know it's us. It's a way out in the mountains somewhere, but it's not just secluded from where it's not no town, but it is secluded. Everybody keeps saying this and that. A lot of these people out here, that everybody keep trying to form groups and stuff. Well, this is about all our groups coming to get together. Coming together. If you say that you're fighting for black people, this should be no problem with you. If you saying that you want something, this would be no problem. Shout out to Curly Girl and everybody that been paying their dues and stuff. And that's how we've been keeping our website and doing stuff like that together. I don't have hundreds of thousands of followers, but what I do is have a heart and I have a vision, and that's how I got here. And I'm going to keep getting our vision until we see our people come. A lot of y'all, we have like 100 people that signed up at the website, but what we saying is, if you don't believe, I hate asking people for money, but it is what it is. We got to build money. But we also got people that got skills. If y'all know how to go after grants, no, we won't be separated from the U.S., but it will be a spot for us. Just like you can go to little Africa town, you could go here, you could go to little Chinatown in New York. Then we're gonna go to our town that we build, and because it's gonna be built with a different meaning, it'd be a place where we can send our kids to get some training. That's the vision, because right now they have made our spaces in Black America not safe for us. They have, thank you, Queen Lynn. She said, I appreciate you for the vision. I appreciate God for the vision, because I get a lot of ridicule because I don't believe in God the way that people tell me I believe in God spiritually. And I think that's who's been taking us our life. And a lot of us have the vision, and we have been, all I see is the vision is that we got to do it together. That's what everybody else is doing, but we've been so caught up. So that's why the vision of the United Empires of Akivalon, because if you're FBA, if you're ADOS, if you whatever, that's your own empire. And the reason why me and Kathy and all of us and Lynn, we kind of went through the names because we said nations, and we was like, no, because what happened, you got a tribe. But when tribes come together, you have a village, and then when villages come together, you have a nation. And so then when you have nations that come together, you have an empire. And so basically, we are all a bunch of nations, whether you're a black group and you're fighting, or if you're a black individual, or you're a YouTube, wherever you are, we are all under one empire. I'm sorry that the last name Alkebalon, when we made it back then, it is what it is. But the whole thing, it represents that everybody is respected, and everything that you're doing for in your spot is to come together, because whatever is going on in California, that fight is not helping me over here in Alabama. Whatever group is fighting for rights in Georgia is not helping me over there in Florida. or New York. So what we need is the leaders and people and groups to come together so that we can have our individual empire, but a solid plan where we come and out and share ideas with each other. What has been successful? Have you got police arrested in your area? Are we having men out in the streets? We want to have men out in the streets looking after black girls because we are going missing at a high rate, even black boys. We want to have people that we can call besides the police. But if we don't know how to organize nationally, how are we going to help? And that's what this is about. It's about coming together, and we'll have a place where we come and talk. And it's not about being against nobody, white. It's not about being against nobody. It's about us. It's about us pulling ourselves up by our bootstraps once again because we did it. Remember the towns? Because right now our people made successful towns and did this work before. So what I'm saying is not a vision that has not been done before. That's how Black Wall Street is. We need to start doing our history, and I'm gonna start doing it more. We need to start our history showing how my my daughter caught it and I'm getting ready to go. But we need to have our history and showing. If you knew the history of Black Wall Street, a man who was rich, but he got his friends that was richer than him. That's where I get it from. He got his friends that was richer than him, and they started coming together. And he got them and came up with the idea where they all bring their resources together. But the plan was, is if you got a business, one business got to house another, and they it was a community of helping each other, and it expanded and built. And that's all Black Wall Street is. We got so many people that want to repeat the name, but they don't actually want to repeat what Black Wall Street was. Black Wall Street was about black people being for black people. And they wasn't just Black Wall Street, Rosewood and stuff. They did this in different towns. And I want to get the momentum and get past all the garbage and the white noise the noises that we got going on, and every group. Shh, let's come together. You're a good group. You're a good. We all let's come together because now we got to do our redo the Black Wall Street model in a way that makes sense. And then you redo this, and then we got, hey, people see that it's happening, and we rebuild this model, and this place be for us. And this time it's not back in the 60s with white people. You're not going to come in and burn down shit. We got to pay attention to us and stop trying to pray for everybody else and pray that our ways that we are fighting for, that to help each other start prospering. That some of these that the unity of our groups start prospering together. That black unity start ruling. That black violence start going down. And you can't just pray and not do nothing about it. The church people just trip me out. Y'all go to church every Sunday, pouring your money in there. You go feed a couple of people on the street. Y'all know a couple of congressmen, and you think you done did your due diligence to your people, and you haven't. There's a lot of work that we got to do, and we need a place that is going to shut us away from all this white noise so that we can think. And that's what we building. We put up our thing. I challenge y'all to put up. Really, me and Kathy don't put up. And Black Mama and all them, they got land too, so we don't know what they're gonna do. We can't speak for everybody because we got a plot of land together, but we're putting up the partial part that is ours, and we still got some there. So like right now, we got about 10 10 maybe 11 acres or more that we can build. And what we know is a small part, but you can always build up. You don't It's a mini retreat. We'll have a place for farming, camping, family activities. An acre is pretty big. We could put a quarter of an acre of activity on each quarter of an acre. And then because it's not permanent, it may be we can use storage containers that can build up to or maybe 3 stories, tiny homes. There's things that we can really do, and the vision is going to come, and we going to want y'all to stick together. We got to stop not having faith in each other. There's still some good black people out here. There's still some people out here that's trying to do something that we all can benefit, not just selfishly, but benefit for the children. If something happened, as many of us can go up that mountain, we got somewhere to go. We can go rethink, and then we can buy up other plots of land together. So y'all think about that. When you see other black people smile, I know some of us is hard to deal with, but I have to practice because I get caught up because I've been in the hood. And so sometimes I get caught up and I have to catch myself. That's some ways. Why when I get around another sister or get around a girl, we start acting a certain way. We've been programmed. You know what I started doing? Even though black people, we support everything black, we cannot support. I cannot support all these thug gangster black movies. I can't support all these movies, these white people where it shows white women are always some savior somewhere, and the black person is always a secondhand person, or if the black person is the star, is always some white person beside them when they trying to play this kumbaya shit. No. I'm tired of seeing stories where black people are always the thug or the gangster or something in a movie, and then when you got white people acting up, they always trying to play the role of a black person that acting and talking and listen to the music. Everything that they equate around thugness has something to do with black, even if it's a white person playing it. I'm done feeling my spirit with that negative stuff because I know that does something to me. That's why we like pretty stuff. That's why they make sure the hood and everything around black people looks dilapidated, looks bad, looks dirty. That's why they don't put in programs to make sure you clean around you. That's why they want it to go down. You know that you look over there. Oh, you remember over there? That's where dead body used to be. That's where little Ray got shot. That's it. You know, these are the images in our head, and that is okay. And then when we step out, the only safe place to go in the hood is either the mall or go into the church where you see something nice, or you get out the church. I mean, come out the neighborhood and go to where the predominantly white people in this. Oh no, we got to build our own communities like that. We can make our communities look as just as beautiful as theirs by moving out of theirs and building on our own. That's the only way we're going to do it. And this is a project. This is a project of the Black Safe Retreat. And you can read it in the description. I was breaking down prices and giving why it would take. And it's not a lot. $7 million to build a town is not a lot. When you talk about everything, this includes even this includes salary to help to hire people to help do stuff, and this includes a lot of stuff. So that's not a lot, because a lot of people, we look at people buying $7 million cars and houses like it ain't nothing. This is a whole town in a retreat. So, and then for us to maintain it, imagine 2,000 black people paying a membership fee of $100 a month. That is enough to keep salaries going and keep the town going, and not even speak of all the businesses that be there. If we bouncing our dollars off of each other, now we providing jobs, because now we taking money that we're getting, instead of going to buy Chanel's and Victoria's Secrets and going to $500 Beyonce concerts and stuff that these people are living off of. We take that money and come to the town. Now you can buy lotion from her and clothes from him, and a car from her. You see what I'm saying? We bounce dollars around, and next thing you know, this is how it is. We haven't been taught that, and this is going to be a learning place. This is what we got to be taught. We're not taught that. We see it every day, and we don't realize what's going on around us. We don't see it. All we got to do when you come up there, get your hair done. If you're thinking about vacation, come up there. We can attain this dream within a couple of years, and we already got the foundation place. We just got to build it. Reason why me and Kathy talking about it now, because I've been out here. You see my car. I've been cleaning my ass off. I done scrub lots of toilets. Kathy done typed a lot of stuff. And it was other families that came in, and like I said, we'll see how many acres that we can come up with. Maybe we come up with more money. We can buy more around us, and buy other plots. But it's out the way, and it's not going to be somewhere where we're trying to be like everybody else. This is going to hold resources and programs and vacation and a peace of mind away from what we need. So what we did is take it upon ourselves. That's where I've been doing, where I've been going and stuff, because I'm not. We put down a couple of $1,000s, and we've been paying it for 2 years, and we're close to paying it off. And hey, that's what we got. We got 10, maybe more acres to start building on. And like I said, the whole structure and plan is what we've been making, because I look at it, and this vision is for all of us, for all black groups that say they doing something. Let's put our money where our mouth is, and let's build up this black town, this micro nation town. No, this is not the micro nation vision that I want, but you got to crawl before you walk. The micro nation I want is that we get the island that is off of America. That way we can really have our own government. But right now we can build this little town, and as we do it, but there's a small retreat, then we can gather members, and we can apply to the government to make us a specialized tribe of protection. See, they're not going to give us an executive order of protection, but we got to play the game. Okay, let's get together as a group of people. Everybody else, y'all can keep being out here shooting and killing each other and arguing with each other. I don't have the energy nor the more gray hairs to do this with you no more. What we're going to do is build with people who want to build, not because you're famous, not because of this. If you know how to build, please join. If you know how to form, please join. Nobody want to steal your ideas and stuff. We building the paper. I forgot we coming out with the newspaper. We want to list all Black businesses. We want the new and advanced Green Book 2.0, where it has everything, stories that is going to help us, things that is informative to help us. That be like your green book that you need to carry around. I see somebody say, thank you, sir. Grand Rising, I believe in Black unity. We need to love ourselves and sharing, and stop loving everyone else that don't have no love for you. We all got to unite now or die. That's true, because we're killing ourselves, and they are very okay with it. Like I told my husband, when Black people die, white people and everybody else make money. See, the police comes, they keep their job. When the coroner come, he got a job. The judge or whoever killed it, or the detectives, they got jobs. The funeral director, or the funeral home, the people who made the casket, and the people who got the graveyard. Everybody benefits off of Black people, whether they are alive or dead. And we are not seeing that. It's time that we control our own selves. Even after death, they're making money off of us. It's time that everybody got a place to go to when it's like the stock market. You know how it opens up and everybody go crazy. You see them in there. Then when it's over, everybody goes to their spaces. The difference with Black people, we are stuck to go to spaces where we're unwanted. See, this will give us safe spaces around the U.S. will give us places where if I want to move here instead of this white affluent neighborhood where Karen gonna keep calling the police, I'm gonna move into an Akivalon neighborhood, safe place, and I'll go to work other places here. Hopefully we build it enough where we don't have to go out and work. But they own almost all the corporations. But we'll have a different way to redirect our money and start putting our money into the things that help us. Having schools for us. The vision is in years that we have a safe town in every city where Black kids can go, where we don't have the option of having to use your public schools or your white private schools. The problem is we don't have a collective where we can build our schools, work, daycare, this and that. We know the problems we run into as Black people. So let's stop acting like we are better than each other or that we just have the same lives that everybody else has. At the end of the day, the Chinese people can go there to their spaces. The Hispanics, they can go to theirs. The Italians, the Jews, and everybody can go around among people who they're comfortable with because they all look alike. But us, nah. We go to bed and we hear gunshots. If it ain't us shooting us, it's the police shooting us. If it ain't sirens, it's this. If it ain't stealing, we wake up to the woes of our winos and our crackheads who decided to take the other way out and take their mind out of the reality of where they're living until their time is up. That's what you call drugs and depression and stuff. We're depressed because we're not living the potential that God sent us down here to be. We are living to make other people rich, and then they have told us this is life. The slaves thought it was life because you killed off their connection of who their parents would be passing down traditions to them. We are supposed to be waking up, teaching our kids traditions. Whatever your tribe was growing, whether it was cotton, whether it was peanuts, whether it was iron that you was doing iron works to get ready to trade with the other tribes, whatever y'all specialty was, you was sports, whether you was strength, whether you was the farmers, whether you were the fishers, whether you were the construction people, whether you were the doctors and the herbalists, we all have a place, but we have been tricked to just go after jobs so that we can have enough money to play on this monopoly game, and we're not being what God sent us down here to be. And that's why we are depressed, because we're not living in our potential. Our energy is not going out to what our energy is supposed to be. So I just wanted to drop those on you, and you're going to hear more from us. Look out for our paper. If y'all have a story, if you have a Black business, if you know a Black business or know somebody that you Black that you want to say, hey, they in our town, this Black group has help, or this Black woman, this Black person is somebody that you want to let the world know, write us. Go to the United Empires of the Kivalon website. And when you sign up and put your email, we're going to email you back, and it automatically emails you back, or well, it be us. We don't have nothing on automation. And then when you email back, in the subject, just put if you got a skill you want to offer, or if you got some advice, if you know how to write grants, if you, because we have a nonprofit too. If you because we're gonna have a big fundraiser and stuff, and all this is going towards here. That's why I said that's why we put almost, I think, no, we got almost 20,000 invested on the land. And so we are if you got something, because everybody don't have money, and we don't want you to think that it's just about money. Because honey, if you could tell me how to write a grant, or if you could help manage the website and help understand what sending out emails, honey, whatever y'all can do, let's do it. If you have a place where you can store, if you have a car that you want to donate, where we can have a bus, because we can go back and forth. See, this is going to be, we want to make sure our people have everything they need when they come to this resort. You just park and do what you do. We're gonna have workshops, programs, have people come in and out. It's not gonna be a place where this person is gonna be. I mean, we hope to have maybe a little village where some people stay there permanently. Yes, that's what we're doing. We promoting other businesses. So email us and let us know if you got a story for the UEOA report. Let us know, because we're coming out with the UEOA report. It costs us a lot to do newspapers and stuff, y'all. So we doing a lot of this stuff among ourselves, and with the little donations that we get, and when y'all donate to me and stuff, when y'all won't if y'all donate or give anything, it helps. It helps. Whatever y'all do, we've been trying to keep up. So if you have any advice, you, like I said, business plans, development, a lot of y'all gonna be more professional than us, whatever it is that you see yourself. If you are a tutor and you think that in the future you will be able to get give your tutoring skills, meaning that you would maybe come up there during the summer, maybe a month or 3 weeks at the summer, and then we have kids that will come up there and learn our own history structure, or our own, like a fun program that they can learn. They can come with their family and stuff. Like when you ever go on a vacation and the parents go sip on some mojitos, and your children over here learning about history and looking at some farming and stuff and everything. And when you leave, take some of these homegrown groceries with you, or some seeds to grow it. It's gonna be beautiful, but we got to get there together. We put the foundation, we laying the foundation, and we just saying, hey, we figured with all this stuff going on, with people collecting money from the black community, and people not doing what they say, well, we had to put our money where our mouth is. And if y'all look through any of my videos, yes, thank you all for subscribing. If y'all look through any of my videos, y'all know I say the same thing. It's about us. And if you knew me in real life, and now I'm not just on YouTube, I got people calling me now asking me to live back with me and stuff. I've always opened my door to help people off the street. I'm not one of those people that just because I don't write it down in the white man's credential and give it before y'all and give you this and that. I do help people. I've helped a lot of people, and now I'm at the point where I'm finna pour into a Kibelon, because the people I've been helping out here individually, that helps them only individually. But now we want to help people on a mass scale and stuff. I provide jobs to people, especially during the summer and stuff. I've helped people, like people call me, I need money and stuff. I learned not to give out money a lot. So I learned, hey, you come stay with me. I'm gonna buy you something to eat. I'm gonna give you some gas to get to me, and I'm gonna send you to work, and then I'm gonna pay you. And like my husband and everybody say, ain't nobody gonna take you to work, feed you, and then pay you. And I've been doing this for years. I have, and I found the good side of it and the bad. And so, with the vision that I've been doing, I want to see the hood that I go to and the people I know. And I want to take these young boys and be able to say, hey, let's get on the bus. Let's come to the mountain. Let me show you something else. And then give them a vision. And then when they go back to the streets, they have to have a vision that you don't always have to have the streets. See, our people in the streets, they don't have a vision. They only have a vision of what's being bought, but they can't touch, feel, and taste it. But imagine a place that they really see black people get along. It's okay to be a man to your woman, and a woman to a woman to your man. It's okay to show black love. It's okay to respect. It's okay to not use curse words. It's okay to do things in modesty. That's the vision. I have a love and a vision. I know that I will sit here just like everybody was here, sit here for something. And the people that connect, like Kathy B, Angie, Mind Games, Pablo X, Satora from 105.5, Envision, Nicole Compton, Queen Amadeus Shakur, Michi, them. I've been around some people. I've learned the good and the bad, but people who have, I feel like when, like I always say, that when God gave me the vision, God told me that the people that's like me, we're gonna line up and we're gonna meet. And I just sometimes just subject myself to okay, and I had to learn stuff. But yes, I feed people. I don't judge people. Now sometimes you gotta judge black people because sometimes enough is enough. But I help people and stuff. And now I need to help people on a bigger scale because I got some boys off the street that want to come back and stay at my house. But then I also got to be wise. It's like these are some young boys, they be in some stuff. I be around some rough people. So I want to get this vision going, even if we start off with some tents and we're going to plant our flag up there. Even if we still get some tents and bring them up there. I got some boy, I got my little crew of boys that'll come up there and help. I want to get these boys, they ain't got nothing to do, and get them up there. And then I want to show, I'm trying to create a class where I can show them, hey, if you don't know how anything, that's how I did when you stop hustling and selling drugs a little, you might could clean. I started a cleaning business because cleaning is about the easiest thing you can get into that doesn't have so much of an overhead. But and that's only my experience. Other people might say real estate was quicker for them or something. But the whole point of a keep on is I put our ideas together and let's lead our people and give them a chance in life because our chances have been taken from us. So I just want to say that I'm finna relax because I have been studying. I've been writing it. I got a new plan. I got a plan for us, and I've been trying to implement them little by little. And it's not just me; it's my whole crew. So I appreciate the Good Morning from Africatown, LA crew. Y'all can go find us if you want to hear more from me and being uncut. Because the sister just learning, you can find me on Spotify, and you can find me with the Good Morning from Africatown, LA crew. So that Good Morning from Africatown, LA, is GM, put it in there, GMFATLA, and we on Spotify. And then I got my Straight No Chaser with the Queen on Spotify. But I am changing my branding. It's gonna be Tina Berry Speaks because y'all call me both anyway. So I'm trying to get a little bit more professional because I know a lot of stuff and I've been out here. So it's time for me to get out. I just was trying to erase myself with this corporate whiteness so I wouldn't come to my people with some BS way. So I was scrubbing myself all these years because all I did was work corporate. So I know how they have us thinking and stuff. So either which way is Tina Berry Speaks, and this is the Queen Straight No Chaser podcast. And of course, my other name is Hey, the Queen of Solutions. There you go, Kathy. And we coming out with the newspaper. The newspaper is the UEOA report. It's still gonna be attached to our website. We trying to do products without just asking for money. So if you buy products, if you buy merch, I'm coming on my YouTube channel. I'm working on that now because I'm gonna have two shirts. I'm gonna have some shirts coming out. The saying is gonna be the same. It's just two images. It's B for B, Black people for Black people, hashtag Black people for Black people, and anything that you buy, any merch, any donations is going towards the cause that we do. Yes, Angie has done a excellent website. I appreciate the good. We have been working among ourselves, and I appreciate y'all. I appreciate Curly Girl because she always, she always pays her dues, and I appreciate everybody else that donate too. I just happen to look, and we always look through who always paying, and Angie and the rest of us always paying. But um, we're gonna get more involved. Like I said, y'all send us an email and y'all do just keep the vision up. Replay this video. I've been sending out videos trying to revamp the channel, but I'm also going to be going live. But a lot of times I'm out here for real, and then sometimes my situations. Thank you, Kathy, for my super sticker. Sometimes the situations I be around and stuff, and like the noise, I don't be going live on my signal. But I'm gonna start going live more and filling you in. But a lot of times, like I said, if you want to hear me talk more, a lot of times I'm on a radio show and we on Spotify and I'm on a lot of other stuff. Thank you, Kathy. So we gonna I'm working on my store to see about my t-shirts. So like I said, the t-shirts is B for B, Black people for Black people, all merch. Everything you donate, anything that if you buy merch on our other website, all of that is going towards the cause. It's going towards we say keep Lawn, Arizona, because this is our first project. This is where the land that we got together in and started building. And there's a lot of history about that land. So and it's a private place. So when y'all do join and the black people that come, that we're gonna make sure it's basically like a private retreat, but it's still for black people. So if you need when children need something, it's going to be open, and we're going to be vetting people that come in so they can make it's exclusively for our healing. Now, white people and everybody can say it's racist, but we don't go in the Jewish mosque, and we don't go in their places. That's their sanctuaries. This is going to be our sanctuary without having to be religious, without having to do this, because they keep saying pull yourselves up by your bootstrap. But when we do, we call racist and everything. Give us a break. We need time off to ourselves. You know how like it's a couple. We've been in a bad relationship. Somehow a couple go through and they have to just go off to themselves, and everybody say y'all need to go spend some time to yourself. That's right. Kathy said we could grow so much in the desert. And it's not just desert, y'all. I don't want you to think it's just up there desert. No. It's in some of the mountains in Arizona, and it's near some stuff, and it's beautiful, and it has a history of people used to be up there. There was some gold and silver mines up there. And I mean we're gonna have it nice. And we're gonna keep asking, and we're gonna be starting putting out a lot of programs to have some fundraisers, maybe getting out in the streets, we linking up with people. So y'all just have a beautiful, blessed day. I'm gonna run in here and I'm gonna relax the rest of my day because I'm gonna start going live. Y'all gonna see my dirty little secrets because I got my storage it's wintertime now, my season over, so I have to remove stuff from the garage to the storage and clean out the storage and rearrange. So I said I think that'll be fun. Y'all come to my storage party. But again, remember, black people for black people. I hope y'all wear the merch. I hope that y'all start passing that on, because it's not about just being black first. Because we got a lot of people that have piggybacked off of that and have used the black struggle to make money, especially other black people, while leaving us behind. This is a real black people for black people. The naming in itself, Karens, everybody, y'all ain't got no reason to be mad. It's us, because we are the only ones wearing t-shirts, because we killing each other. We're the only ones being told don't nobody else get to be called a sellout. When white people sell each other out, we see what happens to them. They get ostracized. They don't support each other. We see it. Let's sell out for ourselves. Let's stop being violent with ourselves. Y'all have a beautiful, blessed day. Black people for black people. Peace.